Okay, so welcome back. We are going to look at lesson 4.2. Lesson 4.2 on page 218, analyze linear associations. Okay, we're going to analyze linear associations. Okay, so we're looking at scatter plots still. So let's say that we graphed all of these ordered pairs in this scatter plot. And so what you can do then with your data, your scatter plot, is draw a trend line. So you're going to use a pencil to figure out where would be the best place to draw a line that goes through the middle of the points. So for example, if I put my pencil about right there, that looks like it follows the direction of the points and it's going through about the middle. And so that's why the line was drawn there. Just like that. So that's called a trend line. You want to make sure it goes through the middle of your points and it follows the direction of the points. So now, if you look at these points from left to right, you look at the line is going up from left to right. So we call that a positive slope. If the line were going down from left to right, that would be a negative slope. Okay, so positive, the line's going up. Negative, it's going down from left to right. So that's a trend line, a line that best fits your data. Okay, so let's take a look at page 220. I'm at the very top of page 220. Again, there's more associations. So the first major one is called a linear association. Linear means straight line. Linear means straight line. And the data forms a straight line because there's a constant rate of change. The rate is changing at a constant rate, basically. Okay, so this data is going up from left to right, so we call that a positive linear association because it's forming a straight line. So this is definitely going up from left to right, and most of this data is going up in a straight line, but we call this more of a weak positive because a lot of the points are not really close to the line. This is a strong positive because these points are close to the line. But basically, we could say both of these are linear. Straight line, they form a straight line. Now, non-linear means not straight association. Non-linear, not straight. So can you definitely see the curve that this data is forming? That's not straight, so we call that non-linear because there is not a constant rate of change. The rate is not changing at a constant rate. Okay, so let's take a look and see if we can figure out which one of these would be the line of best fit. So I'm at the top of page 221, the top of page 221. So which would be the line of best fit? Which line best fits your data points? Okay, so I would definitely say not F. It's not even following the points. It's not going through the middle of them, so it's not line F. Line S. So it's only hitting a couple of points and it's not really following the direction of the points. So I wouldn't say line S, I wouldn't say line F. Line Z really isn't following all the data points. So do you see how line M is going through the points? It follows the points the best. So line M would be your line of best fit. Okay, so now the next one, let's take a look at this one. Does a scatter plot show a positive, a negative, or no association? Well, let's take a look at it. If you follow the data from left to right, follow it, that's definitely positive, going up, definitely positive. And we would say this is linear as well. This data is forming a straight line. Okay, so how about this one? Determine whether a scatter plot of the data for the following situation would have a positive or negative linear association. So would this be positive or negative? So the time you spend working compared to the amount of money you earn. So think about it this way. If you spent more time working, so if you work more, you spend more time working, if that goes up, isn't the amount of money that you're going to earn, isn't that going to go up as well? So I would say that's positive. These two have a positive association. Okay, so then let's take a look at this next one. Describe the relationship between the data and the scatter plot. Okay, so then if you follow the data from left to right now, from left to right, so start on the left side and follow the data, it is going down. So we would say that's a negative linear association. So it's negative because it's going down. That would have a negative slope, and linear because it's forming a straight line. Okay, whereas if you look at this next one, number 10, we could definitely see that this data is forming more of a curve. So we call that non-linear, not straight. Okay, so let's just do a couple more. Let's take a look at a couple more. So if we look at number 12 on the back of, so we're on page 222. Page 222. So this is, the scatter plot has to do with the amount of sleep you get and the money you spend. Okay, so it shows this study that was done. What type of association does it show? The amount does this show? Well, I definitely see this curve right here. So I would say this is non-linear, not straight. Okay, so let's take a look. So number 13 says, how do you know if a scatter plot shows a linear relationship? How do you know? Remember, straight line means there is a constant rate of change. The rate is changing at a constant rate. So the y values change with respect to the x values at a constant rate. No, it doesn't vary. No, it doesn't increase or decrease. It's because linear, a straight line is going to be the rate is constantly changing. It's a constant rate. Okay, so I would mark that one. All right, let's do one more. So which pair of data will show a positive association? Select all that applies. So we're looking for positive. Okay, so if you look at the first one, the population and the number of schools. So if the population goes up, the amount of people goes up, wouldn't we need more schools? That would probably have to go up. So I would say that's positive. Okay, hair length and shoe size. Well, those really don't have anything to do with each other. You could have long hair and a short shoe size, or I mean a small shoe size, or you could have short hair, and that really doesn't matter. So I would not say that's positive. I would say that's no association. Okay, so the number of people who carpool to work and the money spent on gas. Okay, so think about it. If a bunch of people, the more people that carpool to work, wouldn't they spend less on gas? Wouldn't the money they spend on gas go down? Okay, so this is not positive. They're not both increasing. So I would not pick that one either. And then hours of work and the amount of money earned. Okay, so think about this. If you worked more hours, if that went up, wouldn't you earn more money? So I would definitely say that those are both positive. Okay, hope that helps.